Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to do a all levels yoga flow. I would normally teach this in the morning, so if it is the morning, it's a really great way to wake up. But if it's any time throughout the rest of your day, it is an energizing flow that will get your body moving, your breath connected to your body, and leave you feeling better when you stepped on your mat. So I'm going to use yoga blocks a few times today, but they're definitely optional, and you just need a mat and comfortable clothes. So we're going to start down on our backs in Shavasana. So bring your head to the top of your mat, lie down, get comfy, and we'll just start to breathe. If Shavasana, lying down on your back, does not feel good for any reason, you can definitely start class seated in a child's pose, anything else that allows you to be still and close the eyes. So take your time to find that position. Once you're there, close the eyes and just tune into the breath. Before trying to change anything about your breath, can you just notice where it begins and ends? Quite often throughout our day, our breath is really high up in our throat. It's really shallow in terms of depth. So just notice, no judgment. And then can you start to deepen it? So on your next inhale, can it start from lower in your belly? Belly rises, fills up with air. Chest rises, fills up with air. Exhale, chest falls, belly falls. If it helps here to find that bigger connection to breath, right hand can come to belly, left hand can come to heart. And as you breathe in and out, you'll feel a wave through your hands rise and fall. Do one more really big one like that. You can be dramatic about it. You can make a sound. Maybe you need to sigh on your exhale. Let something go. And then just try to find a more natural but still energetic breath. So you're breathing big, and that's going to drive the pace of our practice today. So I really want you to be in tune with your breath before we start to move. All right, keeping that steady breath, you can start to bring some movement to the body. Let's wiggle fingers, toes. You can circle wrists, ankles. And we'll meet up in a tabletop. Take your time to get there. You can bend knees in, one arm overhead, roll onto that side, and then carefully bring yourself up to a tabletop. So tabletop, you've got your wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spine starts in a neutral position. On an inhale, you drop your belly, lift your gaze, pull your chest through your shoulders. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Really try to drop the weight of your head. We'll do one more like that. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze. This is your cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. This is your cat pose. We're gonna keep doing that with your spine, but I'm gonna give you an add-on for your legs. So on your inhale, your cow, I want you to squeeze left heel towards bum. Really start to wake up your hamstring. On your exhale, left knee comes towards nose, light up through the core. Push the floor away. Bring that knee down, neutral spine, side two. Inhale, right heel to bum. Find your cow pose. Exhale, round the spine, find your cat pose, knee towards nose. Good, come back through center. And then just tuck your toes. We're gonna hover the knees 1 inch off your mat. Find a little hover. Holding here. Notice if your back wants to arch, do that cow pose at all. Find a little tiny bit of that cat spine. So shoulder blades spread apart, ribs wrap in, belly button lifts, so that everything is really protected through your trunk. We've got one more breath here. Exhale, hips up and back. Find your downward facing dog. Take a moment to settle here. You want hands to be shoulder width apart, feet hip width apart. Your tailbone is the highest point in your body. And try to keep your spine as flat as possible, but knees can be as bent as you need them to be. What likes to happen when the legs are straight is that the back rounds. Can you do the opposite? Knees bent, back straight. Beautiful. Let's pedal out the heels a few times. Maybe you want to bend both knees, sway your hips side to side, do whatever feels nice. And then settle into stillness. On an inhale, come high on the toes, look in between the hands. Exhale, take as many steps as you need to come into your forward fold. From there, we'll do one halfway lift. So hands come to shins, find a flat back inhale. Exhale, fold. Again, soft knees, long spine, drop your head. We're gonna round up like a rag doll. So chin stays tucked. Use a breath to slowly round up to standing. And then you're in Tadasana. This is your mountain pose. You're just standing upright, palms forward, chest nice and bright, neck super long. Take a breath in here. Good. Heels of the feet together for your chair pose, so big toes can touch. Arms sweep forward and up, hips come down and back. Hold here, squeeze inner thighs together. With your heels pressing down, can your bum come a little further back into your chair? And then we'll start to come into our toe stand. So shift your weight into your toes, bum comes lower towards your hips. Hands can come to heart. Squeeze inner thighs together. Try not to rest all the way down. Can you activate through the legs? Keep your bum floating. One breath in. And then come back to your forward fold. Drop your head. Inhale, halfway lift again. Exhale, plant your palms. We're going to step back into a high plank. Pause here. Let's lower the knees for our first flow. Inhale, shoulders come forward. Exhale, lower down all the way to your belly. Inhale, find a baby cobra. So just lift the chest. Hands can hover. And then plant your palms. Come back through a tabletop. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips. Good. We'll do that one more time. This time you can keep your knees lifted. Inhale, come high on the toes. Look in between the hands. Exhale, maybe just one step to your forward fold this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the palms, come back into your high plank. Pause here. So on your inhale, I want you to shift your shoulders forward. Exhale, come down, chaturanga, halfway push up. Find your upward facing dog. And then exhale, find your downward facing dog. Good. Hold here for a breath. On your inhale, you're going to float up your left leg to a three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee comes towards left elbow. Pause when you get there. Can you lift it higher towards your armpit? Beautiful. Inhale, come down towards your wrist with the knee. Exhale, come up to your armpit. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. One more. Inhale, down. Exhale, lift. Back up to your three-legged. And then knee towards nose. Take a step through. Find your runner's lunge. Arms are going to come back. So just reach your arms back alongside your body. Find a really long line from the crown of your head to your back heel. Keep breathing here. Good. Bring your arms to a cactus shape. So elbows wide beside you. Squeeze shoulder blades together. Bring some energy to your hands. Take a breath here. And we'll meet in a half moon. So your left hand's going to come down in front of your left foot. Right arm, right leg are going to float up towards the ceiling. This is where you can use your block if you have it. So in your yoga practice, your blocks are like extensions of your limbs. So if we're ever kind of folding forward and the floor feels really far away from you, make your arm longer. Find that block, place your hand lightly on it. It'll help you keep a long spine here. And then think about right shoulder, right hip stacking on top of left side. One more breath. We're gonna land in a chair, so bring your right foot back beside your left, arms sweep forward and up. Find your chair pose and just hold. Good, take a breath in. On your exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to your high plank. We're gonna lower all the way to your belly. Use an exhale, lower down, see if everything can touch at the same time. And then arms reach back to start, palms just flip to face the ceiling, nose towards your back. On an inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, lift, chest, chin. On an inhale, float the feet. Exhale, stay. Stay for another breath in. And on your breath out, come down. All right, you can do that same thing again, or this time interlace your hands behind you. On an inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, lift upper body. Inhale, lift the legs. Exhale, stay. Stay for a breath in. And a breath out. Lower all the way down. You can keep your hands gripped. We're gonna do it one more time, but everything lifts together. So take a breath in, everything lifts. Hold for one exhale. One inhale. Keep your chest lifted. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Keep your knees lifted. Can you press back up to your high plank? And then back to your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Hold here for a moment. On your next breath in, lift your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards same elbow or higher up towards your armpit. Good. Inhale, lower down, knee towards wrist. Exhale, back towards armpit. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale back to your three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, put that foot down, come on up, runner's lunge, arms sweep back alongside the body, hold here. Really find energy pushing down into both feet, and then lengthen a little longer through the crown of your head. Arms are gonna come up to your cactus shape, elbows squeeze behind you. Take a breath here. Find your half moon, right hand down to the floor or a block, left side up towards the ceiling. Pause when you get there, gaze can stay down or come up. So don't be shy to grab blocks, support your practice. Still focusing on that really steady breath. So notice how it changes when things get challenging in the body. If you're starting to heat up a bit, calm through the breath. One more inhale. Exhale, find your chair pose. Plant your left foot down, arms sweep forward and up. Hips come nice and low. Hold here. One breath. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, high plank. We'll lower back down to the belly. This time, just one round. You can do any option we just did in your locust, or reach back for your feet, find your full bow pose. Taking your feet back in towards your hands, lift on up, and hold for 3 breaths. So here I really want you to think about kicking your feet back to lift your chest, squeeze shoulder blades, but also wrap ribs in. We don't want to think about pressing the belly down to get higher. Your core is really strong here. You just have one more breath. Slowly release the legs, hands come down, tuck your toes, press back up to your high plank, and then back to your downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet here. Feeling your body start to wake up. Can you make sure that you're keeping that energizing breath going? The next time that your right heel is down, left leg lifts back up, 3-legged dog. You're gonna open the hip this time. So you can bend your top knee, stack left hip on top of right. Stay right here if you want to, or flip into your wild thing. So in your wild thing, your left toes are gonna come down to the floor. Left arm reaches forward to the top of your mat. Take a breath here, get really high in the hips, open in the chest. And then come back into your 3-legged. Square off the hips, straighten that top leg. We're gonna cross the body this time. So left knee comes to right elbow. Pause, we'll do those 3 lowers and lifts. Inhale, lower to wrist. Exhale, back to armpit. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Back up to 3-legged. Step through, find your runner's lunge. Arms are gonna interlace this time, so body stays the same, but interlace your hands behind you. Really, really lengthen forward, just a breath. Find stability in that front foot. Start to reach your arms overhead. Stand all the way up. We're gonna march our right knee. Slowly bring yourself to standing, right knee hip height. And then find an eagle leg. So right ankle or right thigh crosses over left. And you can either hook your right toes or keep them floating or put them on a block. So staying low in your hips as if you're in a chair on that left leg. Right arm is gonna sweep underneath left. Find opposite palms. Woo, I'm wobbly today. Be nice to yourself if you're having a wobbly day like me. You can always hold opposite elbows if you like. And just trying to keep your breath really steady, your gaze on something that's not moving. Imagine your back is sliding down a wall behind you. You've got one more breath. Keep your left leg where it is, just unwind your right so you're back in your chair. Arms come back up towards the ceiling, hips come nice and low. Take a breath in. Exhale, hands down. Plant your palms, step your feet back, find your high plank. We'll move through a flow this time. Inhale forward, exhale chaturanga. Inhale upward, and exhale downward. Beautiful, pause here. Take your breath. Amazing, let's keep flowing. Right leg lifts up. You can open that hip, bend your top knee. Hold here, this is a fabulous place to be. You can definitely stay. If you love wild thing, I want you to flip into it. Right toes down, right arm forward, hips nice and high. Take a full breath here. Come back into your 3-legged. Right leg straightens, and then knee crosses your body. So find your left elbow. Inhale down to wrist. Exhale up to armpit. Inhale lower. Exhale lift. Inhale lower. Exhale lift. Back to 3-legged. Step through. Find your runner's lunge. Amazing. Find that interlace behind you. Knuckles reach back. Crown of head reaches forward. Breathe here, steady into that front foot. Good, start to reach your arms forward. And slowly stand tall. Left knee comes to a march. Cross at the thighs, find your eagle legs. Left arm underneath right. And then sink low into your hips. Fingertips reach high and everything squeezes into center. So think about forearm squeezing, inner thigh squeezing, shin squeezing. One more breath. Find your chair legs and then your chair arms. Hips come low. Take a breath. Exhale, fold. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. And exhale, downward. Pause here, take a breath. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged. Stay nice and square. Exhale, just knee to nose. Push the floor away. Really try to round through the spine and then step your foot through. Find a pyramid. So your back foot's gonna scooch in until the heel can meet the mat. And it's great to use your blocks here for your pyramid. Inhale, think halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, melt over your front thigh, but only so much that you can keep your hips square. What likes to happen here is almost like a half moon shape. Your right hip wants to roll back. Can you think about rolling your right hip forward, left hip back? Ooh, it feels a lot more intense on the back of your left leg. If you don't need blocks, you can bring your fingertips down. Just try to keep your spine really long. 2 breaths. Keeping a tiny bend behind your left knee, never really locking out your joints here. 1 more breath. Amazing. Start to bend into your front leg more. Lift the back toes. We're slowly gonna make our way into a lizard lunge. So you can definitely move your blocks forward now. Hands come into the middle of the mat. Left foot, heel toes nice and wide, so you're touching the edge of the mat with it. Hips come really low. Beautiful. Inhale, pull your chest forward, lift your gaze. And then exhale, if you want, that back knee can come down. Staying right here. Or left arm reaches forward, up and back, and you can find your back foot. If your back foot just feels very far away, don't worry about it. You can leave it down. Keep reaching back with the hand. Good, 1 breath. And we'll come up into a revolved lunge. So if you have your foot let go of it, tuck your back toes. Left hand is gonna come up to the ceiling. Back knee's gonna lift and just hold. You can rotate that left shoulder back. Keep your hips square. Good, put more weight into your right hand. Come onto the outside of your right foot. Heel toe your left foot about halfway down your mat. Keep the left arm reaching up, take an inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna lower our right hip down to a hover. Reach to the back of your mat with your left hand, gaze can follow. Really stretching out right side body. Inhale, come back up 1 more time. Exhale, lower down 1 more time. And then we'll meet in your plank. So just bring your left hand down, left foot steps back, move through your flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And then right leg lifts up. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, put that foot down. Find your pyramid. Back foot scooches in until the heel can come down. Find your blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt down over your front leg. Taking your time here to make this work in your body. It might look totally different than side 1, that's okay. You can bend as much as you need into your front leg. You can stay as high as you want in the upper body. Again, trying not to let this left hip open towards the ceiling. Think about rotating it in, pulling your right hip back, spine staying really long. Keep your breath steady, 1 more inhale. Amazing, start to bend into your front knee. If you had your blocks, you can move them away. Hands come into the middle of the mat. Right foot comes wide, find your lizard lunge. Chest pulls through like you're doing an upward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, drop your back knee down. You can point the back toes. Perfect, now assess the situation, see how your hips feel on this side. You can definitely stay square to the front of your mat, or right arm reaches forward, up and back, and you can reach for the back the back foot. But just be mindful, our right and our left sides have different mobility, they have different strength. So please don't just go into autopilot on side 2 because you might actually need a different option that better serves your body. Once you find that option, I want you to breathe nice and slow. Allowing the hips to open here with every extra exhale. One more inhale. Exhale, unwind, back toes tuck, right arm to the sky. Lift your back knee, find your revolved lunge. So gaze can look up towards your right hand. Pause for a moment in your lunge. And then press into your left hand more. Come into the outside of your left foot, right foot, heel, toes halfway. Hips come nice and high. Inhale here. Exhale, lower hips to a hover. Stretch left side body. Reach the back of your mat, but try not to come down all the way. You're staying strong. Inhale, back up. Exhale, back down. Inhale, plank. Right hand plants, right foot steps back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. And exhale, downward. Pausing here. Take a breath. Amazing. We're gonna come high on the toes, inhale. On an exhale, you're gonna either jump through to seated or bring one shin forward and the other. So however you wanna come onto your seat, swing your legs around, and we'll find a comfortable seated position with your legs straight. So once you're there, flex the feet, inhale, arms to the ceiling. Exhale, gentle forward fold. So you can notice right away I bend my knees. You wanna imagine that standing forward fold we did where the knees were bent and the back was long. Especially if the alternative for you, because you have tight hamstrings, is this. You want to stay tall on your sit bones. If that means bending your knees, awesome. If that just means kind of looking down, amazing. Please don't strain your body into any position so that it looks a certain way. I want this to be all about how it feels in your body. So just kind of go with the feedback you're getting from your body. One more breath. Slowly come back up to seated. We're gonna take one block. You're gonna balance it on your shins and we'll come into a high boat and then a low boat and then you get to lie down and we'll finish our practice there. So bringing your shins to tabletop so they're nice and parallel with your mat. Option to put a block on them for a little more of a stability challenge. And then squeeze inner thighs, palms flip to face the ceiling, chest nice and bright. All right, so that's option 1. Feet can definitely stay down. This is option 2. Option 3 is having your hands behind you. So just do what works best for your body in this moment, and then we will hold for a breath. All right, on your next breath, come off your tailbone, come to your low boat. Legs extend long. Tips of the shoulder blades touch the mat, but everything else is lifted. Take a breath here. On an exhale, come back up to your high boat, shins parallel to the floor. We do that one more time coming down, but we don't have to come back up. So on your next breath, come down. Hold, hold, hold. One breath. And then exhale. Let it go. You can kind of ditch that block. Let your legs come wide. Take a moment in Shavasana. Keeping your energy up in your breath here. But we're going to move the body a little more gently for the rest of your practice today. So zip the legs together. You can kind of shimmy your block off to your side if you had it. And find wind relieving. So bring your right knee in towards your chest. You can interlace your hands over your shin. And take one slow breath here. Inhale, your belly presses into your thigh. Exhale, you pull your knee closer towards your shoulder. Amazing. Keeping your bottom leg active, let's stretch the top leg up towards the ceiling. So flex your foot like you're holding up your ceiling. Hands come behind your thigh or behind your calf, whatever feels better. And just take one breath here. Again, bending your knee as much as you need. This bottom leg can also bend if it feels really intense. Amazing. We are going to just hold your right leg with your left hand. Right arm comes out to the side. See if you can draw the right leg to left side body, keeping your right hip down, stretching the outside of your leg until you can't do that anymore, and then just come into your supine twist. You can let your leg fall to the floor. Gaze comes to the right. Pause here. We're gonna take 2 breaths in your supine twist. There are so many options here. I want your back to feel like it's getting a stretch, not a strain. So your knee can come onto a block. Both knees can come into your chest. If you ever want more, you can kind of find eagle legs. Cross your right leg over your left. One more breath. Good, unwind. Carefully, slowly, mindfully come into your second side. Right leg reaches long, left knee hugs in towards your chest. Take a breath. Good. Extend your heel towards the ceiling. Energize through both legs. Hands come behind thigh, behind calf, up towards big toe, whatever the side needs. And then send a big inhale towards your hamstring. Show it some love, give it some space. Good. Right hand is going to grab onto left leg. Really gently draw your left foot towards the right side of your mat, but keep your left hip down. Until you can't do that anymore, bend that knee, find your supine twist, side 2. Gaze and arm come to the left, everything else to the right. Close your eyes when you get here. Assess the situation you're feeling in your hips and low back. If it's not feeling too good, you can bend both knees in. Usually this feels like more support, or again, put that block under your knee. And if you want more, cross your top leg over your bottom leg. Doing whatever you need to do to make this feel good. One more breath. Amazing. Come back through center nice and slow. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a big, well-deserved hug. And you can kind of draw circles with your knees or rock side to side if that feels good. And we'll come back to Shavasana, so right where we started our class. Legs come wide, toes flop to the side, arms come wide, palms to the ceiling. Settle into your version of your final pose. Again, somewhere where you can be still, whether that's seated, child's pose, or on your back, using your blocks to support you if you need. And then let's just close the eyes. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Again, don't try to change anything right away. Can you just notice where it's at, how it feels, how it's serving you? And then start to energize it, make it bigger, make it feel better. Allowing your body to literally do nothing. Sometimes when we're lying on our back, it's still kind of easy to like tense at the hips, or holding our hands weird, our face is scrunched. Can you let all that tension go with your next exhale? And allow your body to just be. Good. We'll take 3 last breaths here together. So empty out your next exhale, push all the breath out. As you take your next breath in, I want you to inhale, filling up with so much gratitude for everything your body just did. On your exhale, let go of anything you no longer need. Keep going like that. Inhale, allow yourself to genuinely feel good about what your body just did. Exhale, let go of anything you don't need. One more, inhale, fill up, feel good. Exhale, release. Beautiful. Let's bring hands back to belly and heart. If you know you like to finish your practice seated and you're down on your back, you can take your time to, again, roll to your side, come up to seated. Meet me here, or you can stay on your back if you've got a little extra time for a longer Shavasana. Bringing your hands to a place that connects with you to finish your practice. Once you get there, I want you to say to yourself out loud or in your head a genuine thank you for showing up on your mat today, for doing something really, really good for your body or mind. And hold on to that energy so you can take it with you off your mat. Take an inhale with all that goodness. Exhale, open the eyes. Thank you so much for choosing to practice with me. Until we flow again, have a wonderful, wonderful day.